Okay. Okay. Hey, good morning. Thanks for streaming with us. We appreciate it. Another hot day for us. Yesterday we hit, what did we hit yesterday? 102. And today I think about 100, 101. Heat advisory continues, and I think the heat advisory will probably be extended and including Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But what will probably happen is that will come out one day at a time. So tomorrow we will likely have another heat advisory, and then Saturday and also Sunday. I just don't see a whole lot changing. So heat advisory today, it is going to be hot. I think the high is going to be 100, 101. Heat index about 105. So stay hydrated, take breaks. You don't want to be like this guy in my graphic here. It's pretty drastic graphic there. Okay, so we've got some high clouds. Temperature right now is 80 degrees. The low this morning was 70. Look at the record low. My goodness, and that was set 11 years ago. It was 47 degrees on this date. Pretty chilly. Now, I don't see any 40s or 50s for that matter in the forecast anytime soon. Matter of fact, probably October will be the soonest that we'll hit 40s again. Record high is 98 in 2022, and I think we're going to break the record again. High temperature today about 101 degrees. Boy, it is early for this kind of heat, but 101 is what I think the high is going to be. At 8 o'clock, 94, and at 10 o'clock, upper 80s. So a pretty warm evening if you've got anything planned outdoors this evening. Again, there's the heat advisory graphically displayed there, mainly along the Highway 90, 35, and 37, but really all across south central Texas, except for extreme western hill country. I think in Rock Springs, the heat index there will probably be about 92. Let's take a look. This is what I'm expecting for a heat index a little bit later this afternoon. Right there we go. Yeah, at about 105, 106, something like that. But look at Rock Springs and Fredericksburg. Heat index 92. That's because of the dry. It'll be a little drier way out to the west and also in the northern portions of the hill country. All right, current temperature right now, we're sitting at 80 degrees. Did have a few sprinkles that tried to come by earlier. Of course, didn't amount to anything, but 80 degrees. Look at Del Rio. You can tell that there's a dry line because already it's not even noon and Del Rio's already at 94. So really getting dry out west. Heat index values there. I bet you, I haven't looked, but the temperature is 94 in Del Rio, but I bet you the heat index is like 90. All right, let's take a look. Here's what's happening across the state. Dallas-Fort Worth is going to catch a break, I think. I've got to update my graphic here, but Dallas-Fort Worth is at 83, but the frontal boundary is just about to come through there. They've got some showers and storms in North Texas. Dallas-Fort Worth should hit about 88. That's it for a high. Cooling off in Amarillo in the 60s. Oklahoma City's in the 60s, and that frontal boundary will not come through here. I think it's going to stall out before it reaches south central Texas. Temperatures today, we should top out right at around 101. There's Dallas-Fort Worth, 88, catching a break. Wichita, Kansas in the 80s. Little Rock, temperatures there in the 80s as well. So we've got some of the hottest temperatures in the entire nation right here across south central Texas, unfortunately. All right, here's what I see happening over the next several days. No rain, a lot of heat, but the ridge of high pressure breaks down a little bit, so highs won't be quite as hot. I'm thinking upper 90s to near 100 into the weekend, but it may be just hot enough for a heat advisory. Saturday night, there's a chance that we could have a disturbance coming out of the south and west that would give us some thunderstorms. I'm going to give that like a 10% chance, not a very good chance at all, but a chance. And then I think Tuesday, we're going to have a frontal boundary that will actually try to come through. Notice right there with maybe a little weak disturbance on Tuesday, 20% chance of a thunderstorm. And then I don't see much of a chance for rain after that, unfortunately. And but it won't be quite drastically as hot it doesn't look like as we head into the 23rd and that following weekend. All right, let's take a look at the futurecast as we head into the next several days. Highs today, again, about 100, 101. Computer model says 102. I don't think it'll be that hot. And I already showed you the heat index. So let's go right to the 14-day. By the way, I'm in the process of changing this 14-day. It's going to be close to what I think is going to happen, but I'm going to take the temperatures down a little bit for the next week, like Friday and that following weekend, more like mid-90s, I think, and all the way into the Memorial Day itself and the day after that, more like mid-90s, the 23rd and through that time period. Otherwise, this is pretty close. 100 for tomorrow, 99 Saturday, Sunday. Here comes that front on Tuesday, maybe a 20% chance. That front really doesn't cool things off a whole lot. That Friday and Saturday, mid-90s instead of upper 90s to near 100. And we'll just keep it in the mid-90s for the 26th, 27th, and 28th. So that's the way it looks to me. Hopefully you're having a good day. Stay hydrated and don't do anything crazy outdoors this afternoon. Make sure and watch the noon show. Watch us at 4, 5, 6, and 10. And I'll be back tomorrow morning. All right, we'll see you later.